Shenanigans, Shady Town, Mama's Couch. Let's spend some time talking about some shenanigans with walk-ons. As you recall, Judge Claudia Wilken, a couple weeks back, was about to approve the House versus NCAA settlement. And then she's like, whoa, walk-ons are collateral damage in all of this. Y'all need to go back and figure out walk-ons. NCAA is like, oh, no. That's water under the bridge. We have already started executing on these plans. We have already told some walk-ons that they can no longer participate. It's too late for us to fix it. And she's like, I'll send everybody home and we can start over from the beginning. I suggest you go figure it out. So, since she said we can all go back home and start over, everybody was motivated to try to figure something out. So what is the proposal that is currently on the table? So the NCAA has proposed that those walk-on players that have already been cut can, optional language, can be invited back to compete for the roster spots that they lost, or, and this is the new piece, they can hit the portal. And so NCAA's counsel is arguing, hey, not only did we put them back in the position that they were already in, because it was already optional as to whether they could participate to begin with, but now we've given them an additional feature, being able to hit the portal, so they're actually better off. We did more than you asked for, Judge Wilken. Well, attorneys for the athletes are like, hold up. Let's not call a diamond a spade, because they are not the same. Schools have already been executing on this removal of walk-on athletes. And this proposal is optional, meaning the schools have the option as to whether to invite the student athletes back. And so the attorneys for the athletes are like, the damage is done. Okay, because of the optional nature of this, there is no guarantee that these athletes will be offered their spots back. And we think that the schools will engage in shenanigans to make sure that they don't get those spots back. So we, attorneys for athletes, are unimpressed with this potential resolution. Okay. So the judge is like, okay, I'll give you a week to respond, attorneys for athletes. Let me know what you think. So we're waiting for that week to elapse. It's in the next couple days to see what comes back. Now, this deal has got to get done. Okay. The judge will have to determine whether she's prepared to allow the walk-on athletes to be collateral damage or how to minimize the harm to them. Because keep in mind, this deal really has nothing to do with most of the athletes that are being harmed by this. Keep in mind, 30 to 40% of all college athletes are walk-ons. Okay, but this settlement is really about revenue generating sports, football and basketball primarily. So all these people are collateral damage. And it's not clear, okay, that we're prepared to sacrifice the whole proposal in order to get this done. They were expecting July 1 to be the date for this to become effective. Schools have, in fact, been letting athletes go, telling them they would no longer have spots, or for high school athletes that were coming on saying your spot is no longer available. All those things have been in motion. People are trying to figure out the rev share, $20.5 million, come July 1. Folks have been signing agreements directly with colleges. Okay. Collectives are on the outskirts for now. All this stuff is in motion. But the judge is like, we'll go home if you can't figure out walk-ons, because they're not going to be collateral damage in this story. So we'll see what the proposal ends up being that gets through. Okay. And what comes back later this week. But for sure, it's getting close. And folks really need to start executing on this. There's $2.8 billion that's waiting out there for athletes that did not have NIL opportunities prior to 2021. Those athletes has already been getting in line to make sure they can claim some of that money. And so everybody is like ready. So she's like, y'all will figure it out or we'll start over. We'll see how it goes. I think something will get worked out, but it's going to be close. And it'll be interesting to see how much harm she allows to happen to walk-on athletes. So that's it for now. Let me know what you think. Peace.